shoot. 3 takes, not me. 2 takes if you lucky. First take, stop me. 4 takes, that's true. 3 takes, not me. 2 takes if you lucky. First take, you got me.
All right, guys, welcome to the another episode of the Cobb and Dash Show. First ever owner interviews for the last spot of the league. I mean, we don't have a new owner every year, but like last few years, you know, we usually kind of go with the process where I just pick a guy and that's it. So this year we kind of did it differently, where we each got to nominate someone. You know, at first I didn't like the idea, but you know, I kind of like putting people on the hot seat, seeing what's good. You know. What do you think about that, Cal?
Yeah, no, I was hesitant about it at first, but after we talked about the format and just for the good of the show, I ended up being turned around and I think it's a good idea. I'm excited to get started.
Yeah, we have our first guy coming up here. He's on right now in the waiting room in our green room, waiting to come on. But before we get him on, I just want to try to give some time for people to come on and ask questions, because there's a lot of people who want to ask questions. There's people in this league who care a lot. Hotch, our 4-time champion, he was the one who suggested the idea. I hated it at first, but right now I kind of like it. But we're going to get our guy on. Zach Barrage is a guy I go back with, back 6 years with. He's a good dude. You got a lot of you guys in the league have met him. He did a guest spot in our Cobra Kai team before we have the customized jerseys. And I know a lot of people in the league are on that team. So it's a pretty important nugget. But this is fantasy. It has nothing to do with flag football. But we're going to get our guy, Zach Barrage, on right now, prospective owner for this league. So we're going to get him on right now. Zach, what's going on, buddy?
What's up, fellas? How we doing?
What's going on?
We're doing good, man.
I'm just getting. I barely caught it on. I'm glad you guys could push it a couple of days for me, because as I told you, I was on the road and I got delayed, so I literally just got in about half an hour ago, so I had time to shower quick and hop on. So thanks for making the time.
You just got in today.
What's that?
You just got in today?
Yeah, I got delayed in Denver, so I was stuck there for a while, and then just kind of been living in Denver for a while. But long day, but we're good. I'm psyched.
No, it's great to have you on, and it also shows your dedication so early on into your hopefully long stay in the BL Plus, the Basement League Plus. That you just came from the airport, you're coming on and doing this ridiculous interview. Not ridiculous. Some people may find it ridiculous, but we don't find it ridiculous here. Zach, Cobb and I both know you, and I go back with you. But kind of talk to us about how you know people in this league, just people who don't know. There's certain people in the league who don't really know you. Kind of talk to you about your background with the people you know in this league. Just talk to us about that. Give us your brief history on your background, how you know people in the league, and how you got started in fantasy, your sports teams, all that stuff.
Everything. All right.
Everything.
Well, I'll start with that. My sports teams are all Michigan-based. MSU, Spartans, basketball, football, hockey, even Red Wings fan, Lions fan, unfortunately, and all the other ones, Tigers and Pistons as well. What was the first part? What is my relationship? Yeah, well, I would come out and visit you in DC a few times, right? Right after you moved back from our time in Michigan, or you went somewhere else in Pennsylvania or Maryland or somewhere else in between that stuff. Yeah. And what was it? Cobb, was it your place that always hosted the get-togethers there? No, I remember, because whatever that back porch is, I had a rowdy time there. So I feel like you're not still there anymore, right? Did I hear you moved on?
Yeah, unfortunately moved on, but definitely got our use out of that patio.
Yeah, it's still standing, I hope. But but yeah, I feel like that's just where I met most people, at least for the first time. And then it was fortunate enough, because I had been in a league with some high school friends that I don't even really talk to anymore for about 8 or 9 years, and completely forgot about it because they all use Facebook Messenger to communicate. And I got off Facebook and I completely forgot about it. And then they just replaced me. And then that same year, Dash gave me the invite. So what have I been in that first league for? What was that, 4 years or so now? Maybe 3 years. I don't remember what it is.
The auction league?
The auction league, yeah. So, I mean, there's some crossover between those two leagues, right? A handful of guys. So that's really the who and how, as far as I know.
Nice. We have a first question here. It's okay. No, we don't have a Rooney Rule in BL Plus. We already have 2 African American owners. The commissioner's diverse. He's half Latino and half Persian, so we don't have a Rooney Rule. We don't need to have a Rooney Rule because we have a lot of diversity in this league already. So that there goes that question. Hey, you got a vote right there, Zach. I'm all in on ZB. Our guy Stu said that.
Yes, the Stu endorsement.
Good one.
Oh, you know what? No, that's a better answer. I met Stu even before everyone else when he was. Where were you in Lansing for? He was. Remember we went to that Capitol party or something. He was live.
You first met him at the. We played pickup b-ball at that gym on that Saturday.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
No.
Man, okay. As long as we're getting things in chronological order, that would be first.
Yeah. Okay. So we talk about experience. You talk about a little bit at the auction league that you're in with us. Talk to us about your kind of experience as a whole. This is a keeper league, so it's a little different it's obviously a lot different than the auction league. We have a lot of weird rules in this league, and you'll get to know a little bit about the rules in a little bit. But talk to us about your experience with keeper leagues, your success in past keeper leagues that you've been in. Tell us a little bit about that.
The majority of what I've done I guess all I've done is started rotisserie. I think everyone probably played rotisserie back in the day, like 2000 or whatever, back when it was early, and then probably head to head for the last 10 years. But last year was my first keeper league. I was runner up in that this year. The rules were kind of goofy in that, maybe this is how everyone does it, but I thought most keeper leagues are like you keep somewhere in between 5 to 8 players or something, or maybe I'm way off base, but this was like you kept 18 guys and then released like 4. It's a big roster. It was only 18.
That's a dynasty league. Keeper league, you usually keep 3s. Three's probably the most you keep in a keeper league.
That's what I was thinking, and that's what this is, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so that makes more sense to me. But so I guess I haven't done that, but the dynasty is the closest experience I had to that. And like I said, yeah, first year we did that, I took second to last. This year I took second place, so flipped it around. Got screwed by Justin Jefferson in week 17 with that 1.4 whatever points he put up, but you know what? He got me there, so can't be too mad.
Yeah, no, 100%. Now we have so the way the league is, I don't know what that is. You're dynasty league, so it's different. So like, let's say you draft somebody in the 4th round, like say Dalvin Cook in the 4th round. You keep Dalvin Cook, he'll always be a 4th round pick unless he's dropped. Unless whatever, if he's dropped, if a guy's dropped in the first rounds and he was picked between rounds 1 and 9, he becomes a 10th round pick. I believe that's what it is, Cowboy. We've talked to that, haven't we?
Yeah, I think first rounders or first through third rounders or something keep their tender for that, but everyone else gets 2 rounds or something added on to them if they're dropped.
We have a whole document for the rules and stuff, so we don't need to really get to the rules with you. Now we have actually one question here. Stu asked, "What are your thoughts on Olave as a 4th round keeper next year?"
And so what you're saying? Sorry, that's for me.
Yeah, Stu wants to know.
Yeah, we have some commenters are trying to take this off base, trying to stay on topic here, Stu and Tasia. But go ahead, Zach. You were about to say something.
I mean, so what you're saying is if he was a 4th round, if I kept him, I wouldn't get a 4th round pick in the draft.
Correct.
He would
use your 4th round pick to keep.
So
yeah.
Yeah.
Shoot, should I know this roster already? You showed it to me for a second, but I guess it depends on the rest of the roster. But.
Yeah, well, no, Olave wouldn't be on your team. It's actually poking fun at Cobb, a bad trade Cobb did during the season that a lot of the league didn't like.
Overblown call. Trade that gets dominated by a bunch of people who haven't done anything in this league, really. So.
Okay, then I support it.
Years.
Cobb, you wanted to ask Zach about the because we already talked about how he knows pretty much a lot of the league already. He's in the league. Yeah. Most people, you want to ask the one question about the interaction part, because that's the one thing that a lot of people were hesitant on. Always a lot of people want to keep it to high school people, right? And as we get older, we've lost touch with a lot of high school people. A lot of high school people don't give a shit about fantasy anymore. As we get older, our circles grow, and we have different types of networks. People come from different areas, and you are one of my biggest fantasy friends that I have. And knowing this and knowing the problem that we've had with people not taking it seriously enough or bailing after 2 years and not doing well, that's why I brought you on. That's why a lot of the other guys in the league were all about you coming in. There's like 2 or 3 guys, who may not know you. So Cobb's going to have a question about the interaction aspect of.
Yeah, I think you kind of asked it. But yeah, no, a few owners are just wondering like how would you approach them, people you don't know, especially when it comes to like trade discussions? Do you have any like hesitations, or how do you think you'll do with owners that you don't know or haven't had that face-to-face interaction with?
Oh, just like as far as talking with someone I don't know and trying to work
Yeah,
things
do
out.
trades,
That sort of thing.
fantasy.
Well, I mean, I didn't know everyone at some point in my life, and here we are. So no, I feel
Great
like well, thank you. I was working on it. I don't know. You can maybe, or maybe not, because it's supposed to be unbiased. So maybe not attest to this, Marcus, but I don't know. I don't have an issue meeting people and chat it up. The biggest bummers are the leagues where you don't have any of that. And so as long as it's like continuous and people are actively trying to have discussion and shake things up, and if you I made a stupid trade. I was one of those guys who probably forced a trade in the middle of the season. And part of it was just because I wanted there to be some actual, some movement and some things happening during a year. So maybe that's not a great trade or something to admit, but I'm all for the communication and if that's the only thing I got in common with Justin Herbert, I guess that's all right after the last week. But yeah, I got no issue, and I feel like what would you say? I don't know the full roster of the people in the league. Do I know probably half? Would you say?
Me, ZT, Cobb, Stu, Barry. You're in the auction league with my brother, so that's 6. You met Adam at Cobb's. I don't know if you guys really had interacted that much, but I mean, at least 6 to 7 people in this league you've met or have talked to at one point in your life.
And speaking of, like, I don't know what the protocol is for the league video that opened this up, but if I can do a little cameo of like Barry did, that was the star of the show. No offense to everyone else, but him waking up and rolling out of bed is something I'd like to be part of at some point.
Oh, 100%. That was also the reason why I wanted you in this whole thing. I know you're going to love the creativity that we have, the media stuff we got going on in this league.
You need video production help. I got you.
So question, kind of what I know you're going to love this league, the interaction, trade stuff. Cobb, tell them about the numbers we've had in trades in the off season. Just like give them a little spitball of how much trades happen in the off season.
Yeah, I mean, you'll probably see it after this episode drops, is when off season is going to officially start, and then rolling up to probably like a month out from the season is when we become super busy, and we've been hitting record numbers as far as trades go. I think we had 60 or close to 60 in one off season the other 2 years ago, and that was a lot of people just love trading in this league, and they want to do it. You reference one trade where you kind of traded to trade. We see that all the time. So I think you'll fit right in there. But yeah, it's highly active. So we keep everything organized in a Google Doc. And I don't know, was there anything else you wanted me to highlight on that, Dash?
No, that's pretty much it. I just want him to know that he's coming to a league that's very, very active. And so people are going to be very, with it.
Good.
We actually have a question here, a serious question from Tasia. If you receive an absolute joke of a trade, are you more likely to ignore it and let it disappear, counter it with a joke trade of your own, or decline and not counter?
Depends on the person, I would say. My first is to be passive aggressive and just let it sit there, make them think I'm mulling it over. Probably a dick move, but that's probably the one I would lean to. But I hadn't really considered a joke trade in return. I might take that up. That's my new standard.
That's good. I like that. Okay, so you're LA guy or you're a West Coast guy. Now you're out right outside San Francisco now. One big thing about this league is the live draft. It's the biggest spectacle that we have of the year. A lot of people, based revolve their, they're coming back to Fairfax or Nova for these drafts. I know you like to I know you travel a lot for your job anyway. And I know you like to try to get out to DC like once a year kind of thing. Is that something that you would possibly, you may come for the draft? I mean, obviously we Taja's a remote guy. He's an LA guy. He may be here. He may not be here for the draft. But would you try to make it for the draft as much as you could?
And that would be August, I'm guessing, or is it early? You guys do it way
yeah,
earlier.
third week of August.
Is it always third week of August?
About.
Okay. I mean, I would absolutely try to for sure because yeah, like you said, I try to make it up there. Just for fun and to see you and hang out and all that. So if we can make it work and it's not a conflict, then 100%.
Fantastic. That's good to know. See, a lot of people were skeptical of the remote guy, but you know what? It's fantastic. So your team that you have, do you have the photo? It should be in the text message from us. So look at that team. Tell us what do you think about that team and who would be your three keepers right now? I want to see if I agree with you on who would potentially be your three keepers. If you did no trades, I want to see who you potentially keep from that team.
Do you have it on you? You can resend it to me real quick. I just
it's not there when you delete your messages. Jesus.
Oh, just help me out, man.
I deleted the messages there.
Yeah, me too. Wait, does it have the rounds listed to it, like what the tender would be?
Actually, no, that would be on the our Facebook group. So, yeah, in our Facebook group, Cobb has an Excel spreadsheet of the rounds because there's so many trades that happen. We have to have an Excel spreadsheet of the trades and all that stuff, all the movement that goes on. So the rounds are in there. But Cobb, can you pull up the sheet so if he asks a question about the team, you can.
Yeah, I know a few off the top of my head.
Okay. Let me send it to him first before we continue with this.
Yeah. Well, while Dash sends it, Zach, how do you base your team names each year? Do you come up with something creative every year? Do you make it after an owner or a player typically? Was it kind of
in the last several years, my team names have been typically something. So for fantasy basketball, I've been just picking a random old basketball player. Like last year, I think I was Vitaly Potapenko. This year's Dan Gazarich. I just try to find something obscure. I guess I haven't updated my name. There's a movie with Jason Bateman and J.K. Simmons called Extract, and it's stupid and it's not funny. But when I name my team, it's a reference from a movie there, and I just have kept it Dinkus for the last like 3 or 4 years. It's not funny to anybody except for me. So 100% gotta update it for sure. But I can find some obscure football players would probably be the route that I go.
Okay. Well, in this league, I mean, you're a nice guy, so you probably wouldn't do this. But a lot of people make fun of people in the league with their team names, and you don't know everybody in the league yet. You do know Barry, and that's one of the big ones. There's a statistic that we came up with.
Ones.
Yeah. Well, every year at least 2 teams with the name Barry have made the playoffs. Only one. Yeah. So at least 2 teams who have the name Barry make the playoffs almost every year.
Good.
With Barry in their team name.
But we just had our first one.
Yeah. So this past year we had 3 teams with a Barry in their team name, and he did not make the playoffs.
2 or 3.
At least 2.
All right. So I'm looking here now.
Looking at the team.
Yeah. What would Burrow be?
Cobb.
Burrow should be like an 8th. Yeah.
Yeah. He's 8th or 9th.
So I would go with him for sure.
Solid.
What was Rachaad White?
I think he was 20th. He was last round.
I think it might have been.
Yeah. 12th. Well, I think he got dropped.
Who drafted him?
Ruben.
It's 12th then.
Drafted him. Oh yeah, I guess he pulled him back. So it'd be 12th there.
Okay. I'd probably go with him, and then I'd either go with him or whatever. What was James? Was James Cook a pretty low one too? I would guess.
Yeah.
That's pretty high.
All right, one of those 2. I'd probably
6.
Okay, then I'd probably go with Rachaad White, and then T. Higgins. What, like a
2nd, I think.
Oh, I was going to say 3rd. All right, 2nd.
He was a first, actually, last year.
He was a first
round.
Yeah.
Oh, gross.
Well, I mean, you obviously make trades in the offseason and stuff. This is I just want to see what names you'd look at. And
yeah. Well, what is Pitts?
A 4th.
All right, I might go with him then.
All right.
He was part of the stupid trade that I made this year. I gave up Hawkinson right after he scored like 38 points And then after I made the trade for Pitts, he was traded to the Vikings, where of course he got 80 targets a game. So I'll die with ride and die with Kyle Pitts.
Okay, so we got a question. We have two questions from our chat here. So Tasia asks, how do you think the top of the draft order should be arranged? A lottery based on record or winner of the consolation bracket? So there was kind of a thing this year. It's the first time we've ever seen it in our league that there was tanking for the number one pick. We've never seen tanking before. It's the first time we've ever seen it. And we're hoping that it was a one-off thing. But people are, like Tasia is asking questions about, how do we fix it? We're probably not going to touch it this year. We're probably going to let it go, see what happens. If it happens again next year, then it becomes an ongoing issue. But how would you fix that problem?
That's a good question. What would probably the record, because
lottery?
I would think, because that gives you a better shot of. Sorry, I'm trying to organize this in my head. So if guys are 1-7 after week 8, and then they just start putting their second string guys in and playing them, do you have a punishment for that? Is there a firing squad we can send to someone's house? Or
well, there's a last place punishment which is supposed to alleviate some of this, which obviously people this year did not care. Even though the person who got the first pick, he wasn't tanking by any means. But the last place punishment is the Pancake King. We'll show you the Pancake King clip on what we do every year. Every week we have a Pancake King rankings. It's the bottom 6. But Pancake King means you have to go to IHOP and you have to eat 24 pancakes. It's like the Waffle House challenge, but there's really not many Waffle Houses in the DMV. So we're doing it's the IHOP instead.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it is like real life. If there is tanking, it's more realistic. But yeah, I would probably do lottery like that, like you said.
I like it. Okay, so Stu asks a question for you. If accepted, how long of a contract can we sign you for? Is this a lifetime deal, Bears? Because people are hoping for a lifetime deal with their next owner. People don't want to deal with this owner search. People don't want to do these interviews anymore. They want someone we can trust and we can count on. Can we count on you for a lifetime deal?
Sign me up.
I mean, this guy's got all the marks today, huh? Check off all the boxes.
Lifetime contract. It'll be the only time anyone's going to sign me for something. So
I like that.
It's an honor.
I like to hear that. Cobb, you got any questions for the guy?
No, I think you've answered pretty much all the ones we had. I guess one that came to mind, do you have any rule? I guess you haven't seen the rules, so this might not be a great question. But any rules that you would like to bring in this league or see this league have? Are there things that you've encountered that you like?
Is it? Can you just briefly go over
it's the same
dues and payout, and then is there anything weekly incentives or anything like that? Or
so we have weekly. This year we're moving up to I think 170 or 175 buy-in.
75.
And then that weekly payout, weekly high score $50. And then and there's a high score payout, which I think is $2 something, and then the winner split $1,200. The first and second place split $1,200. So
gotcha. And
you can make any kind of deal you want. It's like the auction league. You can make any kind of deal. So you want to go 8-4 or 7-5. You just agree that you and the other person in the finals just agree on that.
Gotcha. Before the matchup starts, you say, "Hey, winner gets." Okay, got you. Yeah, no, that's cool. I like that.
And the format starts QB. It's like the auction league. There's 3 flexes: wide receiver, running back, tight end, receiver, running back, QB. A different thing you might be not used to: IDP. So we have 3 IDPs, individual defensive players.
Okay, cool. What is PPR?
Yeah.
1 point PPR.
Cool. All right.
15 yards receiving.
Okay. For one? 15
yeah,
is one?
For 1 point, yeah.
Gotcha. And then rushing is 10 to 1?
Yes.
Cool.
What's that?
That's great.
Dude, he loves this. I was trying to vote this guy in right now. Stu has a question for you. What was your best value pick this year in your drafts? In your drafts?
All right.
I think people want to get a sense of your skill level here.
Let me
It could have been an off year for you. So, I don't know. But I wasn't a league where you were in the championship. So, obviously it wasn't an off year.
Sure. My best value pick. So this was, in the auction league, I got. Oh, you and I were battling for Hopkins. I remember you texted me after you were pissed that I got him.
That was mad picks.
Either Hopkins or Jamal Williams for sure.
Ooh, Jamal Williams is a good one.
Yeah, he. Because I paid a lot for Tyreek. Nick Chubb was kind of a sleeper because no one really, I feel like nobody in the auction league thought he was like even a top 10 or top 12 running back, and so I was the only one bidding on him. So he's kind of like a overpriced sleeper, I would say. But yeah, probably Jamal Williams.
Those are good ones.
Pretty good. Well, Stu's got another one. I know he doesn't. One more do you guys need? There's a question I want to ask you, and I'm blanking on it right now.
I can submit a urine sample if you need it.
No, it's not. God, I know you're a good character guy. We don't have to deal with any weird Snapchats from you, so that's good. The Antonio Brown reference. Anyone see the Snapchat from him today? No? Wow. He posted a Snapchat of a girl sucking his cock on Snapchat. It's a story.
Sick.
So we don't have to deal with any of those kind of shenanigans.
I have a question.
Ooh.
If accepted, how many Cobb and Dash shows do you plan on watching?
Ooh.
It's weekly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably all of them, right? I gotta get my league news from somewhere.
If it's time, if it's your schedule, how many Cobb and Dash shows can you promise next year that you'll make an appearance on?
To be whatever you need, just let me know.
Wow, this is amazing. And I had the other question. Oh my god, dude! I literally just had it in my head.
Do I get one of those backgrounds? Will you send me that background?
Yes. Yeah. So that's another thing too. So when you come on the Cobb and Dash show, you get one of those. So you're not voted in yet. We couldn't just give you the document.
All right. I know.
JPEG. I think that's pretty much it. Let me actually, the Facebook aspect. You reactivate your Facebook again, right?
Yeah, I had to. So that's not an issue.
Good. You had to. No.
Well, I had to for work. I had to do like ads and link something to Facebook.
That's one thing that Tasia had to get used to because Tasia doesn't really use Facebook, but now he's in the league, he knows that everything you need for this league's all on Facebook. So like you just go to our page, all the stuff's there, everything, all the rules and all the stuff, the people on the trade block, all that stuff is on there.
Cool.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Actually, hold on a second. I'm getting a call from someone in the league right now. Yeah, put this on mute for a second. You guys, Cobb, you asking him questions?
Oh, sorry, man. I think you're muted.
Embarrassing. Anything you want to know about the league?
What year is this for y'all? Like how many years have been running?
Oh man, they've been doing it for at least 13 years, I would say 14 years.
Oh,
I've been in it for like 8 of those, 10 of those, something like that. Kind of flies by. Dash, when did the Basement League? When was it founded?
Sorry, it's breaking news there. It started. So the redraft began. So the inaugural year of the Keeper League was 2010 or 2011. We were sophomores or juniors in high school. So the first year was just a normal redraft league, and then from that draft, that's when the Keeper span off from.
Okay.
We have a trophy in the league. Every year there's a tiny little fee that everyone has to pay for the what do you call it when they wait for the new plaque for the trophy.
What's the system? Is it Yahoo or
Yahoo?
Yahoo. Okay, cool.
Keep
them all.
Yeah, I mean, I think most people in the league are just do Yahoo only. I think Cobb's the only one who has an ESPN league.
I've got a sleeper. The other one I'm in is Sleeper app, and it's weird, but
Sleeper.
I prefer Yahoo. Yeah.
Yeah, Yahoo is the standard. Cobb's cute with his ESPN apps. All right, so I got some breaking news here. The other owner who was supposed to come on, he has declined to do an on-camera interview. And then I've had 7 owners in the league text me saying they voted you in to be the 12th owner. And yeah, so it looks like there is no there's not an owner interview process. It's literally just to get to know you of Zach Barrage of the BL Plus. And seems like you're in, dude. You're the new owner, dude.
Is that official?
Yeah,
It's official.
Let's go. Exciting.
yeah.
I hope I didn't scare anyone off.
No, I think some people are intimidated, dude. Some people are intimidated with this whole aspect of the being interviewed on the spot. You were put on the spot. Some people may think it's rigged, but now, man, you're the guy. You're the 12th guy. So now, what's going to happen is for everybody who's watching, we only have 2 people in the chat right now. Directly as soon as the show is over, the off season will begin. Zach, I'm going to add you to the Facebook group. You just put your number, your contact information, so people can text you, and you can text. And I'll also send you people's numbers, so you have everyone's number in the league. But yeah, we're excited to have you, dude. I think you passed this thing flying colors. Yeah, people texting me that you're a big guy, and yeah, we're excited to have you. Is there any words you want to say about it? I know Stu wants a speech from you. How do you feel about the league voting you in tonight?
Man, it's an honor. I'm excited for it. I like I said when Kyle was asking the question, I as long as it's a league, and obviously if it's been going this long and you have a whole show dedicated towards it, it means you're involved and everyone is active, more overly active. This will probably be a more active league than anyone I've been in before. So I'm excited and happy to done enough to get in. So thanks for the consideration. Excited.
Yeah, we're really excited to have you. We mentioned earlier that the show has some sponsors. The show has also the when you're in the bottom 6, we do a weekly Pancake King video. We have a couple of things we're going to briefly run through. It's kind of the onboarding of the BL Plus for you. So weekly, there's the Pancake King rankings, and we play this video and when we announce our Pancake King.
God damn it.
You are the Pancake King, young and sweet, hiding fan of thieves. Ooh, see that boy, watch that taste, digging the Pancake King.
A lot of people in the league really love that tune. So that and at that point, that's when we announce who the Pancake King is for that week.
Who did you get to record that?
I found it was some Chinese YouTube account that had made that song into a Pancake King.
I thought it might have been you after someone kicked you in the crotch or something.
And then we also have in past years we had Barry. Barry used to be a big smoothie guy. I don't think he's a big smoothie guy anymore. And he would give us Barry's juice, who he's sweet on, who he's sour on, each week. But we changed that to Barry's motivational squeeze. I don't know if you saw any of his videos this past summer on Instagram. He had a lot of good motivational posts, and so we changed that to motivational squeeze, which it's Barry comes on the show and he gives a piece of advice to an owner in the league, and this is that clip.
This is why you're fucking holding back, and I'm tired of the BS.
So that's that's another one. That's pretty much it. I mean, we have our sponsor videos. We have Barry's workout videos. Also weekly low score. So you have the weekly high score gets a payout. Weekly low score, you have to chug a beer or a seltzer of some sort, or an alcoholic beverage of some sort.
Gotcha.
There was a actually. So since you're on right now, this has been one of the mysteries of the year. Barry still has to make up for this one. Barry supposedly chugged the only alcohol he had at his place. No one believes. I'm gonna let you tell me if you think this is alcohol or not.
What's going on, guys? I didn't think I would be back on here chugging again, but here goes nothing. And this is what I have today. This is all I have, so I got to deal with it. And this is my glass here. So here we go. Oh, dude. Oh. That wasn't good. That was not good. All right. I'll see you guys later.
So, is that alcohol?
Is that alcohol?
Do you think that was an alcoholic chug? Because that did not look like a normal chug with so much chugging alcohol.
You think it was switched? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, many people in the league think he filled up that Bacardi bottle with water, and he filled that with water.
Probably got to have the seal to crack.
Yeah, that's why we choose cans here. Cans or bottles, generally.
Yeah.
But if you look at the way he chugs that thing, it does not look like how someone chugs. And if you know anything about
It's too
Barry,
slow. You try to do as fast as you can, right?
yeah, because it was like gulping like fucking Gatorade. That's the kind of thing everyone's talking about.
We have some other questionable chuggers in this league, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That I don't want to see ZTs again. But yeah, a lot of people were. We also did. I kind of tried to do a myth buster. I had some Bacardi when we got that video in. I tried it, and I don't know. There's a lot of questions
Couldn't
after.
drink it like that.
We have faith that you would follow the right protocol.
Yeah, I don't think I'd go for the hard alcohol, but I'll do something you can crack open.
Yeah.
Or I just that's for the low score.
Yeah, or just something.
Low score of the week has to do with chug.
Yeah.
We had a few people who had to do it multiple times this year.
Only 3 owners didn't get it this year, I think. Stu, Paul, and Hotch, I think.
Yeah, that's right. No, but Paul was jealous and he ended up sending one in.
He did send one in, so
That was pretty good too.
pretty good.
That's pretty much all we got to say about the league. So I'm going to add you to the Facebook group tonight. Yeah, we can begin the off season. Can commence. A lot of people have been eager about getting the league filled up so they can begin trading. On Cobb's XFL spreadsheet, he has everyone the actual draft board where everyone was drafted, and also players who are on the block. So if you want to get rid of some guys on your team, just put them on the block. People will make you an offer for the picks. Cobb, tell them about making. Well, you can just read that in the rule manual. But when you make a trade for picks, try to make your trades even. So let's say you trade Joe Burrow for someone's 4th round pick. You have to give them a pick back so your rounds are even, the amount of draft picks you have.
It's usually you'll usually give them the last round that you have. So like we have 20 picks in the draft, you usually just give them a 20th back. But it just makes bookkeeping easier if you have equal picks straight in a trade.
All right. Well, I got some roster work to do, I guess.
Yeah.
Look out.
Yeah. And I got some guys too, so we can talk. Zach, it's gonna be it's an honor to have you in the league, and I know you'll do some great things. And I know we won't have to worry about another owner for a really long time in this league, another mainstay in the BL Plus. So we'll see you guys. I think that does it for the competition for a couple months. This is like a season finale. Kind of sad.
Yeah, I mean, are we doing an award show?
We could do an award show next week. I'm in. Award show next week, guys. Next Thursday.
But yeah, get to trading. Off season starts.
It's good.
All right, guys. See ya.
Thanks, fellas.
All right, take care, guys.
Easy, bro.